Hello, how's it going? My name's Ben. I'm a musician, a songwriter, I live on a narrowboat. Today I'd like to play you a new song that I've written. I'm really intrigued by songwriting and I've spent many years trying to figure out my own style. And I don't just have one style, but there's nothing like sitting with an acoustic guitar and tapping into your own soul and seeing what tunes are there. So that is exactly what I did. I have a new song that I would really like to share with you. It's going to be on my next album, which is going to be an album of folk music, an ethereal album of strangeness and wonder, relaxation, all of those things. This song is in the tuning of open G. I've been playing with open tunings a little bit. I also have the capo on the 3rd fret. Why? Because it just resonates nicely for the picked tune that this is. When I say picked, I mean when you play it open it can be a little bit too boomy, and the strings, it's just nicer with the capo here. Some people have asked me why I use a capo, and that is one of the reasons why. So this song is called Treasured Folk. It came to me a few months ago and just the chorus came, which you will shortly hear, and then I pieced it together from that. It's about finding our own journey in this life, and we all have a path, we're all learning every day, and it's about doing that. With Alan here relaxing and chilling out, you can just about see the top of her curled up here. Let's not bother her too much because she's resting, bless her. I'd like to play my song. I'd best be going on upon my journey, though I would much more prefer to stay. I can hear unfolding of my story, though I rarely know which is the way. The streets begin to talk about the ending. The look upon the people is defeat. My outlook is resolved as optimistic, as change requires the dark to be complete. The folk, you know, they cannot be owned, only loved and treasured. Back into the moment that you mentioned, a different way of life can be conceived. Land returns to those who wish to use it, and people sit and talk in the street. Walk beside me now, for we are leaving. The chiming of the bell will guide the way. Laughter is a song that's worth repeating, and gentle smiles will likely light your face. Therefore, you know, they cannot be owned, only loved and treasured. That joke is old, lightly step your way, embrace forever. Now that I've played you that song, I want to talk a little bit about the lyrics. It is getting a little bit dark outside, so I hope the light is going to be okay. We've got like nice warm orange lights tonight. What do you think, Alan? You don't mind, do you? She doesn't mind. So, here the lyrics are. I'd best be going on upon my journey, though I would much more prefer to stay. I can hear unfolding of my story, though I rarely know which is the way. This is about having to part with people that you love because you have your own things to do, you have your own life to lead. Things have happened before in my life where I've had to do that, and it's a really difficult thing to do. And so to put it into song means a lot for me, and I think in a way parting is inevitable. I'm not necessarily talking about people that are our partners, but you know, other people, family and friends and things. So it's quite self-evident, and you just have the feeling, you know that life is coming at you, and even though you don't quite know where that is, you've got to make your way there. The streets begin to speak about the ending. The look upon the people is defeat. My outlook is resolved as optimistic, as change requires the dark to be complete. That is about how, although it seems so many people are quite miserable, perhaps understandably so, how we carry ourselves through life defines our outcome in a lot of ways. And it seems like more and more people aren't finding the joy in life, even in the simple things. It's something that I write about a lot, and if you've watched other lyric videos like this of mine, then you'll be like, oh, you've written about that before. Well, it's important, and I guess, yeah, here we are, talking about the big subjects again. And then the chorus, the folk you know, they cannot be owned, only loved and treasured. Well, that's kind of direct. We don't own the people we love, and we can't control who they are or how they are. We can advise and be there for them, but we're all on our own path, even though we may help each other. And also, we don't want to treat people as objects, and everybody is worth it all, you know, everybody together. Back into the moment that you mentioned, a different way of life can be conceived. Land returns to those who wish to use it, and people sit and talk in the street. This verse is a progression of the hope of which I previously mentioned, of maintaining a positive outlook. How many of us are figuring out how things could be better? A lot of television shows and books, films depict dystopian futures, but how many depict utopian futures? Admittedly, it's entertaining to conceive how strange things could get, and many people have done it over the past, but is it really that boring to figure out what a better way of life could be? Like, what about worlds in the future that did it right? Why don't we make movies and computer games about that? Walk beside me now, for we are leaving. The chiming of the bell will guide the way. The laughter makes a song that's worth repeating. Gentle smiles will likely light your face. And I guess that's me just saying, we're here together, let's somehow work together and create a better future. Even though it seems like modern life is isolating, I guess even the fact that we're having a sort of one-way conversation over the internet shows that. But on the one hand, we can communicate a lot of information very fast. We are quite isolated. It's just me and Alan here on Rambler. Emily's gone away for the weekend. And we don't see lots of people out on the canal, and that is good sometimes, but also we do miss the community of it. of life, I mean, and I think the modern world is missing that, isn't it? It's all about getting us to spend money and then leave after our parking's run out, rather than hang out, unless we're getting drunk and stuff, which isn't always ideal either. Anyway, problems to be solved. And the laughter makes a song that's worth repeating. Gentle smiles will likely light your face. This is how we should try and guide ourselves through the world, and I'm not perfect at that stuff, definitely not, but I always remind myself, and I always try and stay chirpy, and that's why I'm always trying to crack jokes on my narrowboat YouTube channel, Ben and Emily, which you should check out if you haven't done. I'm sure you have if you're here though. And then it's the last chorus, which again is, the folk you know, they cannot be owned, only loved and treasured. Well, there's a second line this time, which is, the joke is old, lightly step your way, embrace forever. The joke is old. Well, that is my take on sort of a mystic, the fool idea, the trickster, to do with tarot and sort of that ancient strangeness, which is actually humour is one of the most powerful forces. And by not being stricken by the things that life throws at us is actually one of the most powerful tools we have, which is humour. And I guess people say that God probably has a good sense of humour, and Alan Watts had a good sense of humour, and I really think that's what it comes down to, like keeping that, you know, and it's what humans are really good at. We always have one of those. So keep your sense of humour, guys. That is all the lyrics for this song. Treasured Folk. It's going to be on my new album, which I'm releasing at some point. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to go eat some food now and put Alan's Bix out. Thank you and goodbye.